And let's see how it goes. Okay, so we have got a bicycle has a marked price of 3,000 Rand. It can be bought through hire purchase with a deposit of 600 Rand and a 10% interest on the outstanding balance. And it's going to be paid over 12 monthly installments. Okay, so those are our important pieces of information. Our first step is just to identify our important pieces of information. They've already told us that they've paid a deposit of 600 Rand. So I'm just going to write this information out so far. So we know that our deposit is 600 Rand. Okay, and we only pay interest on the outstanding balance. So we're going to kind of break this question up into little bits. Who thinks that they can tell me, or you can write in the comments, what is my balance going to be? So remember, your balance is your amount minus your deposit. What is my balance going to be? Get those answers into the chat for me, or unmute and talk to me. I don't mind which one. All I want to know is what my balance is. Don't be scared, guys. Hi. Debate's fair.
I think, oh, never mind.
No, trust your gut. I love it that you're trying. So I'm going to help a little bit in case you're nervous. Your balance is going to be your total amount minus your deposit. Does that help?
Okay. I think it's 2,400.
Excellent. That is perfect. Well done. So we have 3,000 Rand minus 600 Rand, which gives us 2,400 Rand. Okay, so that is our balance. That's our first step. Now we have to start working. Lita, can I help? Do you have a question, or do you want to answer something? No? Okay. Now we have to deal with the fact that we have hire purchase involved. And we know, because we are smart people, that hire purchase is simple interest. Okay, who remembers the simple interest formula? Who remembers the simple interest formula? Remember, you can type it or you can unmute and say it for me, but I am looking for the simple interest formula. Tiana?
I say I can't even say it. I forgot what's the word for amount, but I'm gonna say amount because I forgot.
No, you can just say A. So you can just say A for me.
Okay, A and then equals to the principal.
Good.
The bracket there, then it's 1 plus
Good.
Interest times N, and then the bracket again.
Beautiful. That was perfect. Excellent. Excellent. Nice job, guys. Okay, so now we just get to put all of that information in. Now, P is going to be our balance. Okay, we know that I is 10%. And how many years is this going to be if it's 12 monthly installments? How many years is this loan for? If I have to pay it off in 12 months. Who thinks they can tell me? Lutando? Oh, I thought you were going to give me your answer. I got so excited. 1 year. So yes, absolutely. Okay, 1 year because they're paying it off over 12 months. Okay, so I've helped you out a little bit there. I want you to put the what you think is going to go into that formula. And then I want you to tell me what my A is going to land up being. Put it into your formula, and then I'd like everyone who's put it into their formula to write it in the comments for me. So we all need to get better at writing in these comments. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's wrong. Getting things wrong is totally fine. It's just like a way of communicating when there's lots of us on the call. So as soon as you have an answer, chuck it into the comments for me. And then if you want to say your answer, you can just say it out loud. So I'm looking for what my answer for A is. Okay, we have an answer from Asonge. I'm going to just give you some more time for more of you to give it a try. Okay, we're getting some different answers coming in. I like it. I like different answers. Okay. So if you got 3,300, it means that you used this amount of money. You used the 3,000 as the P. But the problem is that with hire purchase, we only pay interest on the balance. So this is going to be our P because we first have to take off our deposit. So we're going to put in that P value, 2,400, 1 plus our interest rate, which is 10%, times 1 year. Oh, and one went crazy. Here we go. And we get a total of 2,640 Rand. Okay, but that's still, we've done all of this work and we still haven't finished answering the question. The question is now saying, how much is each monthly installment going to be? And there are 12 monthly installments. So that's your next mission, is to get your final answer here. I want to know what my monthly installment is going to be. I want you to try and figure that part out. So this is what I have to pay in the whole year. And I want to know how much I have to pay each month. Oh, Yolanda's saying 220.
There we go. We have an answer from Yolanda.
I like it, Yolanda. Do we have any other takers?
It's
Casey Lee?
220.
Casey Lee also got 220. Asonge also got 220. And you're all absolutely right. Your monthly installment is going to be 2,640 Rand divided by 12, which gives us 220 Rand per month. Beautiful. Good. Okay. So that is answering question A. All of that work just for question A. But question B is not so bad. So question B is saying, what is the full amount? So the total cost of buying the bicycle by hire purchase. Okay. So this, what you're looking at over there, that's what they're paying off over the years. So that's the balance. That's the balance plus interest. And then don't forget that they also paid that 600 Rand deposit right in the beginning. Okay, so I want you to now tell me what the total cost of the bicycle is going to be. That's your next mission. Don't overthink it too much. You've got all the information you need in front of you. You just have to add two things together and you will get the answer that you are looking for. Songe, what did you land up getting for this as your answer? What did you get for your total cost? I know you have an answer for me.
Just think, how much did this person pay in total?
No takers? Is everyone too scared of making a mistake here? Oh, we have an answer. A song has given us an answer. Okay, we have 3240. Yolanda's also saying 3240. And I am very happy with both of those answers. Absolutely. But guys, remember, they don't have to be right. If you have an answer, like if your answer was 17,212, please just write it in. I don't mind if your answers are wrong. I just like hearing from you. Okay, so the total cost is definitely 2,640. The deposit was 600 Rand. So we got to add those two together and we get a beautiful total of 3,240 Rand. And that is pretty much as complicated as a hire purchase question can get. So we had to look at deposit, we had to look at balance, we had to look at doing a simple interest formula, we had to look at a monthly installment, and then we had to do a total cost. So this had a little bit of everything. And you did really well. So just remember to break it up for yourselves. And always show all your working, because your maths teachers can only give you marks if they can see what you've done. Okay. Okay. Today we move on to compound interest. Compound interest. Who, I know quite a few of you knew the formula for simple interest. Does anyone know the formula for compound interest? Who is feeling like they're willing to give it a try? I can tell you it has the exact same letters in the formula as the simple interest formula. We're just going to rearrange one of the letters. One of them's going to move. Who has done this in class and knows our formula for compound interest? Has no one done compound interest in class yet?
Anyone?
Sure, you're so quiet today. Tabetsu?
A equals P brackets 1 plus I brackets to the power of N.
Yes, well done. That's excellent. Okay,
Oh.
compound interest. Oh, that pen is very excited to be alive. Let's try this one. A is equal to P bracket 1 plus I to the power of N. Okay, so the difference between simple interest and compound interest is this little N over here. We've kicked him out of the brackets and we've made it a power. So the difference with compound interest is compound interest, we like to call it, we say interest on interest. Okay, so for example, if you put money into a bank account, that money is going to, like, when it gets its interest at the end of the year, it's going to be a little bit bigger. So it will have grown a little bit. And then the amount of money in the bank, let's say it was initially 1,000 Rand. And then at the end of the year with interest, it was 1,100 Rand. The next year, it's going to get interest on the 1,100 Rand, not only on the 1,000. So it means that our money gets to build up a lot quicker. And so when you invest money, when you're investing in compound interest, you're getting interest on previous interest that you've already gotten. So it's like a good thing. We like compound interest. However, banks also make sure that your credit card, so credit cards, for anyone who doesn't understand what a credit card is, basically you can spend money that you don't necessarily have. So you can have a balance on your credit card that you then owe the bank. So let's say my credit card has an allowance of 10,000 Rand. I can spend 10,000 Rand that I don't actually have. And then I have to slowly start paying it off because I'm going to owe the bank a lot more money. And the bank charges compound interest when they want you to start paying money back so that they'll end up making more money in the end. So all of these things where you think people are being nice to you, or there's loans, or they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll give you a credit card and then you can afford it. All of those things are different ways to make you end up paying more money in the end. So we have to be very careful with what we agree to. But compound interest is a way to make a lot of money in a shorter period of time. You'll build up more money than with simple interest. Okay, so the letters are exactly the same, which means they do the same things. Your A is still your accumulated amount. Okay, so it's still your end amount or your amount with interest. So this is accumulated. You don't have to think of it like that. You can just think of it as the final amount, or you can think of it as the amount plus interest, or the start plus interest. Let's say start plus interest. Okay. Then we have P, which is the same principle. So it's what we start with. 1 is just the number 1. I is your interest rate. And that's always going to be a percentage. And N is your time. And when we're working in grade 9 and 10, that time is going to be in years. Okay, so this is our compound interest formula. It's everything that's the same. It's just we booted out the N. All right. So let's try and do a question with 1. Also, please remember, guys, if I'm ever going too fast for you, if you need me to go back, or you just let us know, and you can control the pace of this class. Okay, you can ask as many questions as you like. I'm here to answer your questions. Don't ever be embarrassed about your questions. Okay, so a Shav invest 5,000 Rand at 6%. Remember, what does that PA stand for? Does anyone remember? You don't even have to tell me the full words. Just tell me what it means. Tiana?
Per year.
Yes, good. Okay, so that stands for per annum, so it's per year. Nice job, guys. Okay, so 5,000 Rand at 6%, and now it's telling us it's compounded, so we know which formula to use for 5 years, and we want to calculate the final value of his investment. Okay, so we write our pain grocery list. We have P, A, I, N. What is my P value? So what's my start amount?
You can do this, guys.
Don't be scared. Give it a wild shot in the dark. Nokobonga?
Your P is 5,000 Rand.
Yes, glorious. Excellent. Okay, A is what we don't know. What is my interest rate? What is my I? Good, Keon. Excellent. Okay, 6%. And remember, if you're going to struggle with that as a percentage on your calculator, you can write 6 over 100, or you can write 0.06. Just make sure you use one of those. And N, what is my time period?
5 years.
Yes,
Nice.
good. 5 years. Okay, so then we just chuck all of that straight into our formula. So we say A is equal to P1 plus I to the power of N. P is 5,000 Rand. 1 plus, I'm going to write it as 6%, all to the power of 5. And chuck that into your calculators and tell me what answers you get.
2,000.
Okay, okay. I think maybe your 6% might be somewhere else. If we got 2,000, because 2,000 is going to be less than 5,000, and we know our amount has to be more. But I love that you answered. So I think the thing that you guys need to be most careful about is how you're writing this value. So if you're not able to write the percentage sign on your calculator, rather write it as a fraction, as 6 over 100. And just remember that that 5 is a power of 5.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some answers coming in. Keep them coming, guys, or just unmute and let's chat about what you got or what you struggled with. Okay, cool.
I see.
I like it. If you don't have your calculator, you definitely want to go and grab it for the rest of this lesson, because the whole of compound interest, we need our calculators. Okay, so I sort of like the last three answers that have come in, but I'm actually not 100% happy with any of them. I'm
Yeah,
almost happy.
close.
I'm like 99% happy,
Mm-hmm.
just not 100. So let's see if you landed up getting a similar answer to the last three that are happening in the chats. I want you to look at your calculators very carefully. And then I want you to tell me an answer that will make me 100% happy. Tiana, are you going to take a chance?
Maybe, but if I say supposed to round it off,
Okay, so what did you round yours off to?
I didn't round mine off. I just gave the suggestion.
So you said 6691,12.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still only 99% happy. Unam, I'm also only 99% happy. Come on, guys, I need someone to make me 100% happy here. Oh, Kian, now
Yeah.
I'm 98% happy. I'm going 1% down because money can only have 2 decimal places. And those are too many decimals. But Kian's thing in the chat may help someone else
Yeah.
get me to 100%. Ah, yes, yes. Well done.
Nobubong.
Okay, it is absolutely going to be 13 cents at the end, because if you look at Kian's answer there in the chat, you see how it says 127,888. And so the 7 that's after the 2 is going to make the 2 move up to be a 3. So that's absolutely correct. So let's write that answer in here. I'm going to write it with all the decimals, and then for anyone who didn't see in the chat, then you can see what I'm talking about. So it's going to be 6691,127,888, but it's money. So we only want 2 decimal places. So we have to look at those 2. And because this is a 7, it's going to make that 2 become a 3. So our final answer is going to be 6691,13. Ah, Songa, okay, that's why it was so much higher. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, cool. I'm very happy with this. This is great. Does anyone need to sit on this question any longer, or can I give you one to try by yourselves? Okay, I'm going to move down because I'm not hearing any objections. Okay, I'm going to put 2 up here. So those of you who are finding it easy, you can do both. So we've got Lucy, who invests 3,500 Rand at 5% interest, compound interest per year for 5 years. And we want to know Lucy's final amount. And then we have Nazim, who invests 7,000 at 8% for 4 years. And we want to know Nazim's final amount. So when you have an answer, you can either let us know, or you can just put it in the chat. Oh, it's okay. If your network's bad, you just try your best. But remember, you can always watch these lessons again. They all will be on the website. So if you missed something or something, you didn't hear it properly, you can always re-see it. So don't panic. Okay. So all I'm wanting you to do is to try these 2 questions and then give me your answers either in the chat or out loud.
Okay.
Let me do the pie.
Mom.
Dineo.
So now you're going to answer for us.
Oh no, man.
I got very excited.
Lunga, which one would you like to do?
I also thought I saw Joe unmute for a second. Maybe I was wrong. That's what I saw.
How about Lise? Lise, would you like to try any?
Everyone's very quiet now. Let's give you a little bit more time. Casey Lee, I see you are ready.
I think it's 4,375.
Okay. Do you mind taking us through what you did?
I don't mind that answer, Casey Lee, but I think you may have done simple interest.
Okay.
Is your N inside your bracket or is your N outside your bracket?
It's outside.
Is it outside?
Is it an exponent or just same length as the bracket?
Like, does it go up?
I'll try it again over.
Because that answer is definitely right for simple interest. Okay, so Corzo is getting
close.
4466,98. I'm 99% happy, but I'm not 100% happy. Yes, awesome. Yes, beautiful.
Well done, awesome.
Okay,
Well
now we're
done.
catching on. Okay, but Casey Lee, your answer was beautiful for simple interest. So just be careful of where you're putting your powers and make sure it's the power. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to write down everything. So PAIN, we knew our P was 3,500. A is what we are looking for. I is 5% and N is 5 years. And so we just chuck it into our formula. Exactly like that. And make sure that this is a power. So it's up there to the power of 5. And what we land up getting is 4466,985 and a few other decimals, but I'm just going to write 3 of them. And because that's a 5, anything from 5 and up is going to affect that other number. So it's going to be 4466,99. So those of you who got that, a big, big well done. If you're a few decimal places off, don't panic. That's why we do this. That's why we practice. We'll get there in the end. Okay, I'm just going to give you one more minute to finish off number 2. Do we have anyone new tonight? Is there anyone who this is their first lesson? If there is, please let us know so that we can welcome you and make you feel special. Just send us a little message. Yay! Tabetsu is new and you've answered so many questions. That's so exciting. I love it.
Yes, Vitsi, how are you?
Ah, Grace is also new. Hello, welcome. Oh, Nokutula has got 9523,42, and I am loving that answer. Okay, P, 7,000 Rand. I, 8%. In 4 years. A, we don't know. That's our pain for the day. Stick it into the formula. A equals 7,000. 1 plus 8% to the power of 4. Remember, if you're struggling with percent on your calculator, write that as 8/100. Okay, and we get the beautiful answer of 9523,42. Okay, who wants to do, you get to choose, and it's a democracy, so the majority will win here. You get to, oh, sorry, do I have a question? Or are you just wanting to sit on this for a little bit longer? I'm not going to move from this page just yet, so don't panic. Okay, before, so don't worry, I'm not going to move on just yet, so don't stress. But you get to make a decision now. You can either do another question like this on compound interest, or you can do a puzzle. So would you like to do a question, or would you like to do a puzzle? And then we're going to move back into some questions using inflation. So your decision that you are making is question or puzzle. Let me know in the chat. Democracy will win. Oh, question, puzzle. So we've got 2 for question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for puzzle. Puzzle, 6, puzzle, 7, puzzle. Okay. Oh, so now everyone knows how to find the chat. I see. I see. When we're asking, that's fine. Fine. I'm not hurt. Okay, so I'm seeing that puzzle is winning. So we're going to do a quick puzzle. It's not a big one. It's a nice short one. I think you're going to find it nice. We'll see who wins this week. And then we'll move on to inflation, which looks at this in a slightly different way. Okay, so don't panic. Those of you who chose questions, we will still do questions. We'll just do them after the puzzle. Okay, so your democracy won over. This is your puzzle. I want to know how many squares there are in this picture. Let me know. First one to say it or to write it. It's
9.
9 is wrong. 10 is wrong. 9 is wrong.
10 is wrong.
Nope. Nope to 9. Ah! Asoge got there so quickly. It is definitely 14.
14, well
Sakani, you just missed it.
done.
But 14
As long as I'm a
is
winner.
absolutely right. So let's chat about how we got to 14. Well done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so lots of people saw the 9. That was cool. Then we have this dude, 10. So a big square. So those of you who saw 10, that was the 10th one. Then we have this dude. And this dude. And this one. And this one. And that makes 14. So there were 14 squares. So Asonga, you got there very quickly, but I see quite a few other people got there, which is awesome. Nice. 14. That was clearly too easy. I'm sorry. I will think of something harder for Tuesday. I promise. Okay, we are going to spend the next 10 minutes just doing some inflation, and then we're going to jump into your quiz for the week. Ooh, we'll see how it goes. How was the quiz last week? Did you find it okay? Let me know in a scale of 0 to 10 how it went. 0 is terrible, 10 is really well. 10. Ooh,
Ooh,
that's
nice.
good.
Okay.
9, okay. So we're still right at the top there with those numbers. 9, nice.
Still a pretty high number, thank you.
Yeah. If you're new and you're panicking about this quiz, don't stress. Mr. Shongwe is going to help you make sure you're able to get onto the quiz and know how to do it, and you will be fine. 0.00, oh no. That's not great, but we'll sort it out. The best thing about maths is that it just takes practice. Okay, inflation. Does anyone know what inflation is? Can anyone tell me what inflation is? Just take a shot in the dark.
I can give a very basic answer.
I love it. Tell me.
It's just basically when you print more money, which means that your money is just going to get weaker. The more of it like you print, it's just going to get weaker.
Okay, yeah, that's a really good explanation of it. So like inflation is sort of looking at the general sort of increase in prices because of spending money. So do any of you have like that old family member or like a grandfather, or even some of your parents may say it and they'll be like, oh, in my day, I used to be able to get a whole tank of petrol for only 5 Rand, or in my day, I was able to buy a hamburger for 20 cents. Does anyone have one of those like family members who says that a lot? My mother says that to me all the time. Yeah, so my mom too. Yeah. Okay, so basically they're not wrong. It did used to cost so little all that time ago. It's just that inflation means that things get more expensive. So when I used to go to school, when I was in primary school, my mom used to give me a 5 Rand coin, and that 5 Rand coin from the tuck shop I could get a hot dog, I could get a packet of chips, and I could get a drink, all for 5 Rand, which you could never do at a tuck shop nowadays. So things have changed even just in my lifetime. And so things get more expensive very quickly over time. And that's basically what inflation is. So inflation is that general increase in prices as our spending money changes. Okay. The important thing with inflation, the same way that we have to know that higher purchase is simple interest, we have to know that inflation is compound interest. So that's just something we need to know. So inflation is always going to be compound interest, and it's not something that they have to tell us in the question. It's just something we have to know. Okay, so if we have a question with inflation, we know it's going to be compound interest. So let's have a look at this question. I actually think you'll be okay with it because we've been doing questions. I want you guys to give this one a try. A movie ticket costs 46 Rand. How much will it cost in 3 years' time if inflation continues to be 6% per annum? So let's see if anyone can figure out what this movie ticket is going to cost in 3 years' time. Give it your best go. Yes, exactly. So inflation uses the exact same formula as compound interest. Okay, so Tafadzwa's got 54 and 28. Let's see, do people end up agreeing with her or are they not? Let's see. Arson saying 54,79. I can definitely say that one of those two answers is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, and now a whole streamer coming in. It's definitely 54,79. I think you may have just done something funny on your calculator, or you wrote it down wrong when you looked at your decimals. But let's just go through this. So, okay, Pain, P, A.
You're more correct.
I, N, P, 46 Rand. A, we don't know. I, 6%. In 3 years' time. Chuck it into our formula. A is equal to 46 Rand. 1 plus 6% to the power of 3. And that gives us a total of 54 Rand and 79 cents. And I'm so proud of you because you saw that you needed to round up that 8 to a 9. So we are making progress, guys. Yes. Yes to progress. Okay. That was your first inflation question. Let's try another one. Or just let me know. Does anyone need to sit here any longer? Just put your hand up. Okay.
Yeah, also.
Cool. Find the expected cost in 2 years' time of a new car that costs 100,000 Rand today. Assume a constant inflation rate of 5%. So I want to know what this car is going to cost in 2 years' time if it currently costs 100,000 Rand.
Okay, we have some answers coming in.
Have a look. Okay. Cool. And I like Nokobongas the most because there's a unit there with the Rand. So we know what we're talking about. Remember, if we don't have units, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. You could be talking about 110,250 goats. I don't know. We need to know what our units are all the time. Okay, so let's chat. We have got A. Well, let me write my list, my pain list. Okay, P is 100,000 Rand. A, we don't know. I is 5% and N is 2 years. So A is equal to 100,000. 1 plus 5% to the power of 2. And that definitely gives us 110,250 Rand. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do one more question and then we're going to jump into the quiz for this week. So I'm just going to do that. So those of you who still want to see the previous question can. Last one we're going to do before your quiz is how much will a TV that is currently priced 5,600 Rand cost to replace in 4 years' time if we have a constant inflation rate of 5%? See, so like inflation is sneaky because if things cost more money as time goes on, if your increase of your salary isn't the same or higher than the increase of inflation, then you're not actually, you lose money over time, which is quite scary. So inflation is sneaky sneak. All right, we've got our first answer coming in, second answer coming in.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm liking all of them, which is great. Okay, let's just draw up our grocery list. P, 5,600. A, we don't know. I, 5%. N, 4 years. So A is equal to I'm seeing an 8-3. Who is that?
Okay.
Dalen, it's not wrong. It's just that you haven't rounded your decimals correctly. So A is equal to 5,600, 1 plus 0,05, or you could write 5%, all to the power of 4. Oh, my 4 down here looks horrific. Okay. And we're going to check that into the calculator and we're going to get 6806,835. And because that's a 5, it's going to change our 3 and we're going to land up with 6806,84. Oh, that's fine. Thanks for doing your best. You did really well today, guys. I feel like your financial maths is solid and I'm feeling good. So I'm going to leave you in the very capable hands now of Mr. Shongwe, and he's going to make sure you all can get onto the quiz and you're going to be able to do all of those questions. So if anyone is new and is struggling, please ask for help in the chat so that he can help you. And if anyone can't get on, just ask for help. Okay, so you've got him for a solid 6 minutes. Ask as many questions as you need to make sure you can do that quiz. And I will see you all on Tuesday. I hope you have a lovely weekend and I'll see you soon. And those of you who are new, welcome. And I'm hoping to see you again on Tuesday. Bye, guys.